Welcome to the Pretty Red ENT show. It's your girl, Goddess Nikita, a.k.a. Pretty Red ENT. And if nobody told you they loved you today, just know Goddess Nikita, she loves you today. And guys, I want to send love and light out to the angels, the ancestors, because, baby, they be working overtime. They put in work for everybody. So shout out to everybody's angels and everybody's ancestors, because without them, nothing would be possible. And we appreciate them for making a way for us when there is no way. And when we're asking for help, they come through and they help us and they deliver every single thing that we need. Sometimes they protect us in areas where we don't even know we need protection, but they do this every single day. And they do this because they love us. And so I just want to send love and light out to them because we appreciate them. I appreciate everybody's angels and ancestors because, you know, they help out everybody, not just mine, but other people's too. Okay? All right, guys. So today, this episode is going to be called A Thin Line in Between Love and Hate. But I'm going to talk about this in a very particular way that most people don't look at this. And I'm guessing that it's need to be talked about. I said it need to be. Okay. But it needs to be. Well, I can say whatever I want to say. But it do need to be talked about, guys, because a lot of people really don't look at relationships this way. But I'm telling y'all, it's a projection. Y'all not understanding what's going on. I'm going to put some things in perspective and you see how it works. You know what I'm saying? I just be doing out a little something, a little razzle dazzle. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle a little razzle dazzle. So here we go. I'm going to talk about somebody asked me my opinion. Okay. It was a guy, literally one of my guy friends called me up like, I need to know your opinion about this movie. And I was like, what? He's like, because I know you used to watch movies back in the day. I was like, yeah, I used to watch movies, but not really, but really. But I did used to watch movies a lot. Okay. And so in particular, the movies that you do watch, typically, if you watch them enough, they become reality. And so you have to be careful on the message that is being perceived and projected out, because that manifests a little bit different in your life. Okay. So when me and this young man was talking about a thin line between love and hate, he asked me how I felt about it as a child. He's like, I want to know how you felt about it then compared to how you feel about it now. And how do you view it in your spiritual life? Because he asked me for three different things. And I was like, okay, so back in the day when I first watched A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, I was like, man, this girl's crazy. There is no way in hell I'm sitting up there beating on my face with no orange. I just can't do it. I'm not about to go through all that and act like you put your hands on me. You really didn't. But in actual reality, I just didn't understand why she did that. So I deemed her out as crazy. But I kind of felt really bad for her because, like, Martin left her alone on her birthday. And even as a child, I was like, man, I know how that feels, because if you grew up in my household, you know that, hey, there's a lot of people in my family that has the same birthday in the same month. And sometimes your birthday get overlooked. And so I know how that feels. I done sat there at a table where it's my birthday, and at my dad's house, we didn't even celebrate my birthday because I celebrated my birthday with my sister or my brother because we all in the same month. So it's like, you know, I done been there. I know how that feels. And so I can relate, but in a different way. So I always was like, I didn't like the fact how Martin did her then. I was like, you know, like, he's a player, but I think she went too far. Like, as a child, I was like, wow, I feel like she went too far. Okay. Now, as the person that I am today, like Pretty Red ENT, who I am today, I'm like, I don't think I would have went that far. I don't even think I would have really went that far at all. Like, because I'm too player, and people don't understand the definition of player to me is different than other people. But I'm too player to do all that. Like, what? No, baby, I'm just going to cross you out. That's going to hurt you more than anything. But now that I'm older and I can sit back and, just take a view of like what I watched as a child or rewatch the movie now, and I'll be like, man, I feel really bad for that woman. And people be like, what? I'm like, bruh, I feel really bad for her. Like, she told a man, hey, look, don't come to me. Don't approach me. Don't do anything unless you really want to be with me. Don't waste my time. Time is valuable. She's a busy woman. She's also alpha. People got to understand, she's not just no regular woman. She's an alpha woman. Okay? This man went out of his way to figure things out about her, to play games with her. People don't understand. Martin played a game with her. Oh, not no. He played a game with her. If you was not going to be that serious, you don't pursue a woman like that, not unless you're going to be serious with her. Prime example of seriousness pursuing a woman like this. You have the 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler in there, and the white lady with the blonde hair. I love her as an actress. Just don't know her name. But she's in this movie, and every day he had to go back, and he basically found a way and pursued her, even though she wouldn't remember him, okay? To the point where she would remember and she wouldn't freak out. That is what Martin did to this lady, but he had no real intent to flow with her, okay? Flowing means, hey, when people say, I don't want a relationship, we should just see how... No. What do you mean? I'm not dealing with somebody who don't want a relationship. If this is not where we're flowing to, we're not flowing at all. You're get off this boat. But this is a prime example of what I mean by that, okay? So to me, Martin was a finesser, a gaslighter, a person who likes to play with people's emotions. Whether or not people view that like that, he played with that girl's emotions. Like, okay, you seem like you like me. You pursue me. You even went as far as taking my tags down, running my tag plates back, popping up at my job. And you're not just doing this repetitiously. He got the girl correctly. Okay? Like, you gotta give it to Martin. He got it correctly. Now, was Martin's intentions ever pure? That's what people don't understand. His intentions were never pure. He wanted her because she would not give it up to him at all. She had standards. She had goals. She had boundaries. I just talked about this in a few of my episodes before this about how sometimes guys pursue you and so do women, like they really like you in the beginning. And once they get you, they're done with you. They just want to use you for this moment. Oh, I conquered her. You conquered her. You wanted to take this woman down, devalue her because you probably not even on her level, which Martin technically was not on this lady's level at all. But yet she gave him the opportunity to come in and to utilize her time. And people don't think time is valuable. Time is very valuable. Okay? It's super valuable to the point where people don't understand how valuable it is if they don't value time. I value my time. I don't like my time to be wasted. Don't waste my time. Time is one thing that I would really be upset about. Like, why did you waste my time, bro? You could have, kept it a bean. We would have been all right. But no, some people, they do like to waste time. And we say this to them. Okay? We're booing you. Like, what are you doing? Okay? And that's what Martin basically was doing. But in an actual term, like how I view it now, I'm like, dang, this man wasted this girl's time. He pursued her like he wanted her. And then in the end, dogged her out for a whole nother female he's really loved. He loved this girl. He knew he loved this girl before he even started entertaining these other girls. Okay. And so I'm going to talk about a spiritual point of this. Y'all going to get what I'm saying. I'm going to talk about a spiritual point. Then I'm going to talk about a point where they threw some codes at y'all. And it probably went over your head, but I'm going to make sure I bring it back so that way you can get it. Okay. It's the whole purpose of the Pretty Red ENT show. I want my peoples to be woke. You listen to my podcast, no matter what color you is, you're going to be woke. Listen to my podcast, okay? That's all I'm them to tell you. You'll be woke and you're going to actually hear what I'm saying when it comes to this thin line between love and hate, okay? So, in actual reality, when I'm thinking, like, why did they name this movie A Thin Line Between Love and Hate? Like, because they're figuring out, like, okay, the way how I took it when I was a child was that, oh, the girl, she had hate in her. And so he was playing with her love. And so it was a thin line between love and hate. So it's like he either can get this hate or he can get this love. And that's karma. If you either doing right, you getting love or you're not. Okay. So to me, Martin was a player. He's been playing women, but he's only playing women because he's not with Regina King. Okay. He's only playing women because he's not with Regina King. He's not listening to his heart. He's not doing the things he need to do. Now, me just talking as Pretty Red Auntie, I'd be like, man, scratch that dude up. Now, see, here it gets sticky here because people are like, well, do you think you would react like Lynn? Nah, but I would have went off. I wouldn't have did everything she did. That's too much. I don't have time for that. I value me. I'm too pretty. I'm an Aries. You acting crazy. But I would have went off. And people don't understand, like, you wasted my time. You was playing. You loved this girl the whole time. There ain't no, you just with this girl. Now you all romantically involved with her. And you was just romantically involved with me. And you all up on me. Like, no, you wasted my time. And then you played me on my birthday? Oh, no. He would have never got a phone call back. He would have been blocked. I would have, and she had that power. She's alpha woman. She has that power to the point where she could have blacklisted him. And everything he was doing. But yet she chose to hit him the way that he hit women. So she was acting as karma. People don't look like that. Like him doing all these other women the way he did was his karma. Now, we're going to talk about why am I choosing to talk about this topic at this precise time. It's very important for the twin flames. It's important for a soul flame. It's important for you even having a person in your life that you understand the spiritual term of this movie. Okay. So me as Goddess Nikita, because Pretty Red Auntie, like, okay, she was a player. I mean, I feel like she was player. She did what she did. Now, do I feel like she was an Aries? No, I feel like she was either a Scorpio or a Taurus. But as far as like an Aries, nah, an Aries ain't going, baby. We ain't doing that. We ain't causing no harm to ourselves. Like, I'm just throwing that out there. Like we now Aries people, don't get us twisted. Like, because when we in love, we do some crazy stuff in love, but we don't go that far. That's too extreme for an Aries. Like, okay, let's just, even for the guy Aries, you know what I'm saying? I done seen some crazy stuff Aries men do. I done seen some crazy stuff Aries women do. We don't go that far. She went over the limits of an Aries. Like, that's something that we just do not do too much. Okay. So, as the spiritual person that I am, how I view this is a message for the twin flames. Dun, 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 dun. And it's going to be some shots fired. So I got to do a remix with kind of like the clapping and the, you know, the gunshot. So now the spiritual term is this is a twin flame movie. And this is how you know that you were a twin. You're going to always be with your twin. People tell you you're not, you are. This is a prime example. Martin and his girl been knowing each other for a very long time. He's always known that he loved this girl. He doesn't know why. It's always, anything that she do, it's always forgiven. The moment she does it, it's forgiven. The moment that he does it, it's forgiven. But they have boundaries. And that's where she had the boundaries. And that's when their relationship changed. Okay, y'all don't pay attention to when they first started talking, how they first got together and, you know, they broke up, blah, blah, blah. If you pay attention to the movie, pay attention to the movie. Shots fired. But if you pay attention really to the movie, in the movie, it's basically saying, hey, they broke up. They got together. Okay. Martin was in the running stage. He wasn't ready to conquer his heart yet with this woman. Even though he was just very, very extremely nervous. Okay. He sees the men that she dates. He sees how she values herself, which eventually, when they come back to reconnect, because you remember she went off to the army, whatever, army military thing, she came back. She had a boyfriend. When she left, she did. So the whole thing is they had time apart. He had time to heal. He had time to think about it. He came back in her life, and now like a destiny and fate moment happened to where it kind of let it open for him to be with her. Now, here's the thing. Even though he was with Lynn, okay, peep game, he was with Lynn at the club because Lynn didn't know about Shorty. Shorty, twin flame, Regina King, she knew about Lynn. Okay, people don't realize that, but she knew about Lynn, and she told him that he was going to have to pick. But then at some point, she kind of like, she knows her position on where she slays with Martin. Martin always viewed her as his wife. So he treated her as his wife. If you actually paid attention, that's what real twin flames do. They will always treat their twin as their significant other. No matter who they with, no matter what they're doing, they will always be loved. They will not be anything else other than a high-ranked person value. Hey, she didn't have to pay to get in his club. She didn't have to pay to do anything. Anything that she really wanted while she was around Martin, it was there. It was hers, okay? Now, with Lynn, I feel like Lynn was his karma. And this is, people be like, oh, it's a karmic relationship. I don't think she was a karmic relationship from the past from him. On a spiritual term, I really feel like she was his karma. People don't understand. Martin's been dogging women out for a very long time. Him and Bobby Brown in this whole movie. Now, Martin was dogging these women out. He really wasn't taking them serious. Why he wasn't taking them serious? Because he already knew where he was going to be at. He knows his end destination is with Regina King. I keep trying to tell y'all, stop sleeping on my men out here. Please stop sleeping on my men out here. Y'all women who are spiritual and y'all woke, y'all think y'all got one up on these men. These men really got one up on y'all because they really woke. And I'm going to tell you how I know they woke, and I'm only going to give you an example through me. Like, I dated two men from Chicago. They're from two different sides. They rep two different things, and they both are woke to who they are. Now, these are my opinion. I've dated men all around the USA, but the most men that I will say that are American men, okay, I'm not talking about my Haitians because, you know, love me a Haitian, okay? But now, all jokes aside, guys, all realness. But dating them, Chicago men are the most woke men that I have dated. Hands down. All jokes aside, there are the most men that I have dated that are woke, that I've realized, even talking, even with my exes and their friends, talking to their friends that live in Chicago, they all woke. And it's really crazy because some people don't think that they're woke. And I'm like, dude, how you ain't woke? You one of the most spiritual people I know. But you just got to go and claim your power, not me. But in general, guys, like most men, they are woke, and they're woke to your connection. Okay. Some people think that they're not. That's why they always say like a man knows who he's going to end up with. He knows where his heart is at. You got to pay attention. Men know this. Women, don't allow no man to play with you. Okay. Now, what happens is sometimes you'll get with these spiritual people. They feel like they got one up on a guy who you just don't know all the terms. And a lot of street people don't know the spiritual terms people use, but in actual reality, we're saying the same thing. Besides, you're using a different term than what we actually use it in the spiritual community. And I will never dispute that. But men they're woke to the connection. And when you're talking about twin flames, even if you look at the movie Hancock, she was woke, but I feel like he was always woke to the connection. He just was trying to find her energy. He knew she was there. He was just trying to find her. Like, he didn't understand some things. He needed answers. So he was just trying to figure out like what's going on, because he know in actual reality, they had something they had to do, complete a mission. And so at some point she didn't want to leave where she was at. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say to this and how I feel about this thin line between love and hate as a spiritual person. Regina King and Martin, they were twin flames. Okay. When Destiny and Fate steps in, now Destiny and Fate steps in this movie where they actually had time. Regina King had a moment and he had a moment, and Fate and Destiny made this moment and made them connect. Okay. The one thing about twin flames is they know, like she knew something was up with Martin. She knows. A twin flame, they know when something really wrong with the other person. You got to understand something. Y'all got to be very careful, especially when you're dealing with a twin flame. You're not just dealing with one person, bro. You're dealing with two people. Like, and that's the thing that people don't really understand. Like, yeah, I've talked to a few people about my twin flame. I might have told you who I felt like my twin flame is. I know actually who it is. Now, the difference is I might have just said something just to see if you're going to try to attack who I told you my twin flame was, which there was a few people who did that. Okay, now I'm like, why would you go and do that for? And me and my twin, we sitting back laughing at you like, really? Like, my twin was like, who are they attacking? I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know why they're even wasting their time, their energy, and their magic on this. Like, because it's really funny because there's nothing really they can do. It's gridlock. There's certain stuff, there's gridlock, and there's certain stuff that ain't. And people tell you that, oh, it's not. They're lying. I'm here to tell you they're lying. Certain stuff people cannot touch, bro. Like it is destiny, it's fate. There is no energy greater than destiny and fate. Are you serious right now? Stop playing with me. That's the most disrespectful thing you could do. Now, if you're talking on God term, we're saying, bro, there's no energy greater than God. So this is God blessing this union. You can't stop what God has made for someone else with their name on it. You're tripping. You can't even do that with the universe. You can't even do that with Mother Earth. Mother Earth ain't even going to play no games. You on her planet. You in her motherboard. That's dumb, okay? Just dumb. Wasting time. Energy. But guys, they created this moment for them to get together. Now, the thing is, most people don't understand with twin flames, typically when it's a union time, no matter who they with, this is what you got to understand. No matter who this person is with, their twin can always call them in. And that's exactly what happened with Martin and Regina. That's what y'all need to understand. A Thin Line Between Love and Hate is really a movie about twin flames, bro. It really is. And people catch what I'm saying. They were always going to end up together. Even after the situation happened and she came and she saved Martin, she still was with Martin. Martin now is devoted to her. He will not do anything else other than her because God needed him to understand something. The universe, karma, Daddy Saturn. I bet Saturn was probably retrograding and in Gemini when she came through. Okay? Because that's like God walked down like and delivered that, her, himself, whoever you believe in, a higher power, the ancestors, they delivered that one to him. Okay, so now, I would think that Lynn, if I'm doing astrology wise, I would say Lynn probably was, she was probably born on a Saturday. And that's Saturn is discipline. Saturn is karma. Saturn is the planet of witches. Now, honestly, I do believe that if you're looking at it on that point, I do believe that she was born on a Saturday because she was living, walking karma. Some people are living, walking karma. You have to really be careful on how you deal with them. And some people who are born on Saturday, they are karmic people. And people don't be like, oh, they're not karmic, but karma. Saturn is related to karma. So I call them karmic people. You have to be very careful on how you deal with them because however you deal with them, that is your karma. People don't understand that when you're dealing with people who are born on certain particular days, like you deal with people who are related to the moon. They're born on Monday. They're very intuitive. You really can't hide nothing from them. Like they can see all through that. Like they don't have to do anything. They're born on a Monday. They are intuitive with them with the moon. So imagine you trying to hide something from them. You can't hide because the moon doesn't hide anything. The moon shines its light. The moon goes through phases. The moon shines its light on the whole darkness for you to see through the nighttime. So my whole thing to that is, what would make you think that you can get away with anything dealing with somebody who was born on a Monday? That's stupid. You're just wasting time and energy, okay? That's a prime example. I'm going to go through and do an episode where I talk about the days of the week and what they all mean, so that way I can help y'all out. But this is just a prime example. So I do believe that, one, she was his karma. Now, I do, as a spiritual person, I feel like she did everything she was supposed to do. She went in the way how she felt was needed, because that what made her happy. I think she'd been through some things and she was just tired of men playing with her. Okay, y'all gotta understand something. Women be tired of it and men be tired of it. And so the next person come in their life, they like, look, bro, I'm giving you a warning. And I ain't wrapped too tight. I really don't want to deal with you for real. I see you got that player energy. I really don't want to deal with this player energy. You feel me? Like, if you're going to come to me correctly. And that's exactly what I feel like Lynn did. She told him she didn't want to talk to him. He still pursued her. You even got her license plates, looked up the place where she worked at, and went to her job. So you pursued her like you wanted to be in her life for a long time, especially when you're dealing with an alpha woman and when you're dealing with these spiritual women. Y'all got to understand something. When you're dealing with spiritual women, y'all need to be very careful on spiritual men. Okay, because women are guilty of John Doe crime too, because men are spiritual too. Y'all think that they're not. They're very spiritual. I ain't met a man who wasn't spiritual. Like, whether they from the streets, whether they not from the streets, they spiritual. They tuned in. They're just tuned in a different way. They don't use the same terms that most women use in spirituality. But once you tell them the terms, they're like, oh, I've been doing that right. You've been spiritual. Okay, continue. So, make a long story short, guys, like, her actions are justifiable. She told a man not to mess with her. She knew he was in his player energy. She read his energy, which means to me, she's a spiritual woman. She read his energy. He's in this player energy. I'm not going to deal with him. Boom. Next thing you know is she goes off and he's still pursuing her. Like, he really wants her, knowing damn well he is not going to end up with her. He has no destination of where he wants to flow with her. That's what most people are not understanding, even when it comes to dating. Some people don't have a destination on where they want to flow with you. I'm not finna deal with you if you, don't believe in marriage or none of that. Y'all have to start setting boundaries with people and making them stand on the things that they say. And this is what changes the vibration. This is what make men grow and women grow. Make them stand on what they said. Hold on. So, prime example, you got Martin pursuing her. He knew damn well he wasn't going to be with that girl. His heart was always with Regina. Now, here's the thing. It's not just his heart that's with Regina. Regina is literally him. That's his twin. Regina put boundaries up on him. She helped him. She's like, hey, to even deal with me, you gotta come up here. What'd he do? Start eventually healing. He started doing that. Now, you pay attention to how their relationships go. And this thing, it was like destiny and fate stepped in both of their relationships on a real quick tip so that they can come together for union. People don't understand that. You could probably be with a whole different person and meet your twin flame. At any time your twin flame wants you, baby, they're going to call you. And I put that on everything I love. They can call you to their body. They can pull you to their body. They can pull you wherever they are at in the world if they're vibing high, whether they're vibing high or low. If they need energy to glow or grow, okay, I'm a rapper sometimes. But in general, guys, they know how to call you in. You can call them in too. Soul Flames is a little bit, they do a little bit different stuff. I'll talk about that a different day. But I'm talking to the twins because the twins on the first, second, and third wave, and now there's a fourth wave of twins. The fourth wave of twins are freaking out but they're aware. It's like they are made aware of the twin flame. They're trying to figure out what's going on with it. How do they resonate? And so I'm helping y'all out with that. There's a few people I know that listen to my podcast. There's 3 men and there's 2 women. They just woke up. They found out that they're an actual twin flame. They went through the steps to know that they're a twin flame. They actually been revealed where them and their twin flame, where they come from, their energy signature, what level of twin flame they are, what twin flame they are, because there's different levels of twin flames. And they're just recognized as some people don't know the person, but they've been dreaming about this person for years since they were a kid. Okay, so it's like everything's starting to add up. Everything's mathing. So I'm just being confirmation to y'all, just helping y'all out along this podcast because a lot of people have to be woke, and I'm here to help y'all. I have no problem with helping people out, okay? Giving free juice away. That's just not, this is free juice. You shouldn't have to pay somebody at all, guys, to tell you what I'm telling you. This is free juice. So you download it. Hey, you download the episode, you help me out. But if you download the episode, you help yourself out. And it's free. You go on YouTube. You can go on Apple Music, whatever, like Apple Podcasts. You can listen to this podcast, Podbeam. You can listen to it for free. Okay? I'm not charging you $500 for me to give you this information. Okay? Maybe I should start doing it, but I don't want to do that. That's not where my heart's at. Okay? But to stay focused, I told this young man, I said that he always knew that she was his twin. He was shy and he was scared about it because he messed up. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what I can say is that Martin always knew he was going to be with her. Her cousin knew that Martin was always going to be with her. Okay, everybody always knew Martin was going to be with her. Now, do I feel like Martin even deserved to be with Regina King? No. But when it comes to twin flames, guys, and I'm paying attention, they try to throw you off in a certain way. But shout out to my black people, okay? For always putting a subliminal out there through a message that they're trying to do projection on. And I'm going to talk about that, and that's where I'm going to end it at. But he always knew that Regina King was his end goal. That's where his heart was at. That's the reason why he was just playing with all these other women. Because he knew he loved her. And if she ever was to give him this opportunity, he would really do right by her because he need her in his life. And so basically he's on her time. Like, you got to understand something. He respected her time. She had clear boundaries. Regina King was not playing with that man at a certain point in time. Like, he needed to step up or it wasn't going to be stepped at all. And so that's what has to happen in twin flames. Like, hey, you get the runner stage and then you get the stage. Hey, I got to set boundaries with you because you ain't respecting my gangster, or you're not respecting me as a woman. And so what happens is, bam, you set them boundaries. Now they got to come correct or they can't come at all. But with twin flames, if you're destined to be in union, fate and destiny steps in, nobody can step that out. And that's what was happening, was that karma was serving him, his karma for how he was. Now Mother Earth set that up for him to deal with this young lady, deal with Lynn, because he was doing so much hurt to women and damage to women that he don't even understand. You know that you had no intentions with being with any of the women that you were entertaining at all. And he was entertaining a lot of women. If y'all remember, he was entertaining a lot of women. And at some point he got bored. He just really wanted Regina King. Right. Because that is his twin. Nobody else is going to make him feel good, happy, not unless he's with his twin. At some point, I'm telling y'all, twin flames get to a point where they don't feel happy with anybody. They just want one person, and they know where their heart lies at. They know where their love lies at. So a lot of people, you can get a person that can seem like your twin, but it's not really your twin. You're going to know your twin. They're going to know you. They forgive you off rip. I'm telling you, I forgive my twin every time. And people be like, what? I ain't never had any bad blood with my twin at all. Like, I love that man. I can't sit up there and say, oh, I don't love him, because I do. And that'd be a lie to sit up there and say I don't. But it's all really forgiven. At any moment we talk, it's all forgiven. It's all love. It is all love. So at any point that you feel like you don't know who your twin flame is, maybe you need to, like I keep saying, ask to see if you are a twin flame. Ask during meditation, pray about it, ask God to show you whoever you believe in, your angels, your ancestor, Mother Earth. Ask them to show you if you are a twin flame. It will be revealed to you. I would first, the first question is to ask what your purpose is. The second is ask if you're twin flame. I found out about me by asking what my purpose was, and then bam, everything else just fell and gave me the answers. Like, it fell like dominoes. Okay. So I must tell y'all, like, this is a step that I take that I know for a fact works, and it will help y'all out, like, because it helped me out. But I really feel like, she was his karma. She was somebody's ancestors tapped in. Granted, I don't think she lost anything. I still don't think she even felt bad at the end. I don't think she should have felt bad. Like, I told you not to mess with me. You did anyways. You played with my time. People don't act like time is not valuable. It's very valuable. And she's saying, don't waste my time. If you're not really interested in me, you really love someone else, you need to be dealing with that person. And she told him that. She gave him an out so many times, and he still gaslighted her and played with her. So how do you think she was going to react? I think she reacted accordingly. People be mad at my opinion. No, because I feel the same way about some men when they be doing the same thing that Lynn did. Okay. He told you not to play with him. You still was playing with him. And now you have to serve this fate out. So at some point, he wasn't even honest enough with Lynn to say that, hey, I'm with Regina now. And then when it came out was nasty. So in a way, I kind of feel like in a way it was destiny and fate, and fated moments are like kind of like, Saturn, daddy disciplining God, like, a man God, if you believe in God as a man, or, but destiny is more of a feminine energy. It's more soft. It's more subtle. Fate is more dun 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 dun. So when she had him tied up, I feel like that was fate. The destiny part of it was that Regina came and saved him, because she knew something was wrong with her. He knew something was up. He knows when things is wrong with Regina. She knew when things was off with Martin. That's what twins know. They know when the other is off. They will call, check up on them. Hey, you all right? Chip, chip, chip. I'm just telling you I love you. And it's always love between them. They don't have hate, guys. If you hate somebody, you feel like, oh, this person did me wrong. That's not your twin flame. Your twin flame will not do anything wrong to you. People don't believe that, but I'm here to tell the story. They don't do nothing wrong to you, like, at all. Like, they're not toxic. Now, if you're toxic, your twin's going to be toxic. But I can use this as an example. I'm drop dead gorgeous. My twin is drop dead gorgeous. On a man's perspective, he's handsome, real handsome. So it's like, hey, when I was in my moment, he was in his moment. Yeah, I get it. Like, you feel me? Like, hey, we both thinking about each other the same way. Like, oh, you're just this beautiful person. And it's a different perspective when you're talking twin flame. Okay. Like, me, I'm a little bit different. So I'm a little bit like, ooh. Mm-hmm. But when you're dealing with a typical twins, they are you. So why would you forgive yourself? I'm telling you, if you feel like you feel like, one, you're a twin flame, you got verification that you're a twin flame. Two is, if you met your twin flame, if you feel like you have, and you just get with this person, it's just natural love. Now, I'm not talking about this person just do BS and you forgive them all the time. We're not talking about that. The thing that we're talking about is your twin flame really not doing nothing to you. Did you see Martin really do anything to her? Like, not really. He really loved her for real. He knew that's where his heart was at. He might not have been like ready at the moment when they first started dating. I think like she went, like something happened to the point where I don't know if he even cheated on her. I really feel like she went to the military and that kind of gave him a break, and maybe he was going to come confess his love or something happened. Something happened with something, okay? My whole thing is this. She still loved Martin and had feelings for Martin, if you paid attention, even though she knew he was a player. Martin still treated her as she was his other half. He still treated her like, oh, she's this person. He would never do anything wrong to her. When she came in, she was with her dude. He brought her in. Just because he with her, he get in. He's going to make sure that she's all right. That's what twins do, regardless of what's going on. But they know that their destiny and fate knows that they're supposed to be together. The universe knows they're supposed to be together. God knows they're supposed to be together. Their angels and ancestors, Mother Earth knows that they're supposed to be together. So when that opportunity and that union comes up, it has to happen. And it's typically around karma. Okay. So it could be a moment. You could be with somebody else and literally the next day meet your twin flame.
And the next day you can literally run into your twin flame.
But peep game, you might not even supposed to be with the person that you're with. Okay, so your relationship's probably not healthy. It's not a strong foundation. Okay, so y'all gotta understand something. Some people, twin flame, are very advanced. If you're advanced, your twin's just as advanced as you. Please believe that. So a lot of times, people don't realize that the power of love is strong when you attract like magnets. This person is going to always go back to where his heart is at, where he feels like is home. Wherever he feels like is home, that's where home is. And a lot of people don't understand. Home isn't in your pants. Home is in your heart. So where do you feel like home is? If you're even dealing with somebody, and I guess it's love because it's like a love theme right now, because you got to understand Venus is about to go retrograde and it's going retrograde in Leo, and Leo always has an option. Okay. So this is about how I feel about, it's like the universe is getting rid of any options. It's going to tell you exactly who your person is by the time this Leo retrograde, this Venus retrograde is going on. Some people don't view it that way. I view it that way because if you dealt with a Leo, you know Leo's always got an extra option. They always on it. But they are very loving. If they love you, they love you. Like they'd be dedicated to you. But at any moment that they feel like there's any weakness or in this situation, please believe they got about 12 people lined up. So this retrograde is about getting rid of those 12 people that's lined up and bringing in that one. Okay. So I really feel like this movie really was explaining to people on a spiritual term about twin flames. Like no matter what, you're going to be with your person. But did Regina deserve the karma to carry the karma that Martin did? In a way, but in a way not. Like she didn't deserve to be pulled into his karma, but his karma was that he was just out here just dogging women, loving on women the incorrect way. And what could have been his karma was that he didn't get Regina King, but Regina King is his twin, so he's going to always get her. You got to understand something. I don't care what there's no magic, no power that is powerful than the power of love. Do y'all understand that love conquers all? Love heals all. Love is the only way. It's the only thing that makes sense, guys. But in this particular movie, they are trying to project to y'all that no matter what's going on, you're always going to be with that one person who you're destined to be with. And this particular moment, I feel like they were twin flames. They were talking about twin flames. Hey, it's going to be a problem. Now, the projection part of this precise thing right now is the projection of this is what is most women doing now that men are like, oh my gosh, this woman is doing this. It's really toxic. The men feel like the women are very toxic. Like, yeah. Are they jumping on cars? Are they acting crazy because you playing games with them? Like how thin line between love and hate. Yeah. Is women shooting up your car because you're cheating on them? Are they cutting your tires? Are they doing things that men used to do when women cheat on them? Yeah, they're doing all that and extra stuff. So the projection of this that came out of this movie is that what it taught the culture, okay, is if a man play with your time, take him out. Okay, I mean, when you tell the man that, hey, I'm ready for a relationship. If you're not, leave me the hell alone. This man still pursues you like he wants a relationship and then tries to play with you. Yeah, you have every right to return whatever energy you feel like he deserved. Lynn definitely played karma. I believe in my heart she played karma. I believe that was part of his destiny and his fate because he was doing so many women wrong because he didn't know how to deal with his heart issues and how to be truthful with his heart, guys. Not anything else. He didn't know how to be truthful with his heart. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's kind of like people got to understand something. When you're dealing with people, you can't be playing with everybody because everybody's not to be played with. And then when somebody play back with you and they get back with you the way how they feel like it's acceptable for them to get back with you at, now it's a problem. Okay, so it wasn't a problem that Martin was sitting up here playing a game with her. He only wanted Lynn because Lynn was hard to get. She had boundaries. She had rules. She made him step up as a man, so he liked it that. But that's technically not where his heart was at. He seen she also was alpha, so he was attracted to that. But when he got with her, the whole thing is that he really liked her, but his heart was never there. His heart wasn't home. His heart was always with his twin, which was Regina. He shouldn't even been dating Lynn at all because he loved Regina. You're wasting time and energy, even with other women. I'm gonna just entertain these other women because to fill this void that Regina had. That doesn't even make sense. Shut up. That's a lousy excuse for a man or a woman. I'm just going to entertain these other men until, the one. No, you feel me? And granted, at some point, we're all guilty of the John Doe crime. People don't understand that. Like, yeah, like, I know where my heart's always been at. I know where my heart always wanted to go. I can't lie. Will I entertain somebody until then? Yeah, I might, because that might be the case, but I'm always honest. And so there's a difference. Like, hey, I even when it came down to the father of my son, he already knew what it was. I told him, I said, listen, I'm not looking for no relationship. I don't want a relationship. My man wants me to go out here and entertain people. This is exactly what I told him. And I said, I'm doing this for him. This is not for me. Because he feels like I shouldn't have to be in a predicament of where he's at. And I'm like, I don't want you. You got to understand something, that I do have a man and I love him. And he's in agreement with me and you got going on, whatever I'm going to entertain you and do. And so just know that I'm going to be with this man. Now, is that honest to the core? Like, yes, I just told that man, I told the father of my son, I just wanted sex. I only needed sex from him. That was it. I didn't need anything else because my man took care of me, which was a very true statement. Like, and I can't lie. I don't front. I do not perp. But this is a real statement. And to this day, my baby daddy, he don't like my ex. But that's fine. And that's cool too with me. But I like him. That's my guy. I'm not going to say that's not my guy. I respect it, but I always made sure I told people when I was dealing with him, like I didn't really do anything till he like made me go out there and do it. But that's a different story, a different day, guys. But in actual reality, I'm just trying to make a point, like to show you something. I told the father of my child I was going to be with that man. This man came home and I was with that man. I wasn't going to lie to him. I wasn't going to perp. I knew where my heart was at. I know I love this man. You can't tell me I don't love this man. I love this man. And so I loved him and he knew I loved him. He knows for a fact that I love him. Like, so I don't have to front when it's with this particular man. He knows what it is. So when in actual reality, who was led on in this situation with my baby father? He wasn't led on. I kept it real with him. Hey, I got a dude, I just really want sex, blah, blah, blah. I kept it real, told all those stories. Like, he was cool with it. Now, he liked me and he wanted more. I never wanted more because I know I loved him. I told him that. I was like, I don't want to be with you. This is just for entertainment. Flat out. And people don't, when I keep it real, me and him be talking, me and my baby daddy, when he be one of the, I guess, talk about his healing moments. He like, I feel like you cheated on me. How you feel like I cheated on you? We was never together. I'm confused. What's going on? I always told you who I was with. I always told you who I loved. I always told you where I was going to be at. And it wasn't with you. You knew where I was going to be at. I was dating you and I had his name on my nail. Are you serious? What would make you think that I didn't love this man? I wasn't messing with you because I actually had this man's name on my nail while I'm talking to you. So you got in your feelings, you overstepped your boundaries, and me and you was just supposed to be friends and you wanted more and I didn't. And so at some point, that relationship wasn't good. And so it ended up not being good. And so that's what I'm talking about, even with Martin, with Lynn. He had no real intentions. He knew where his heart wanted to be at. His heart did not want to be with Lynn for real. He always wanted to be with Regina. Okay, so that's what I'm saying to y'all. Like, and that's even with down to, even if this man is not, even if you're not a twin flame and you just know that you just love somebody and it's your soulmate. Okay, like, you know that you love them. Can't nobody do nothing. Like, I'm telling you, like, there's nothing that nobody could tell me about my ex, like, that would take me from him. The only way I would leave him is if he did something, if we agreed upon, like, disconnection. You feel me? Like, that's when that ends. Like, can't nobody else, oh, he messing with this girl. Well, he might have already told me he was messing with this girl, and I might have been okay with it. People don't understand that. Sometimes you're getting into relationships, you don't know what's going on. But some people, they're not honest. They're not honest. Like, hey, I got this shorty over here, and I kind of like you, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't the case with me and my baby daddy. Yeah, I got to understand something. That was not the case with me and dude. The case with me and dude was, hey, I was dedicated to my man. You can ask him that. He would tell you I was very loyal to him. I'm a loyal person. I don't have to brag or toot my horn, but that was the truth. I was really dedicated to him. I had no reason to look outside, even though he was not home physically with me. I had no reason to want anybody else at all. He provided everything besides the sex. Like, I didn't need want for anything at all. Like, emotionally, whatever, like, we talked about everything. And please believe, like, I was with him for a very long time. Like, we talked about everything. We discussed every single thing, even to the point where I met his family without him. I knew everything. They were like shocked. Like, he didn't hide nothing. No, you're not going to hide nothing. Like, and that's when you love somebody, you truthfully love them. You're not going to hide anything for them. You're going to be honest with them. And so I always felt like he was honest with Regina. So this was his twin. Now, just because you're honest with a girl does not mean you're her twin flame. And y'all got to stop trying to claim us spiritual girls too. Now, a lot of y'all men and women, they like to take y'all spiritual people down because it's a challenge to them. And then when they deal with y'all and all this karma hits them, like Martin, hit Martin, guess what happens? Now you're sad. Now you sitting over here crying. No, you sitting over here crying because of what? Like, you caused this. Martin caused this girl's transactions for her to do everything she did. He caused this. She didn't. He did. I hold Martin responsible. This movie would have went totally different if this man would have never played with her, okay? But in actual reality, guys, I guess it's the twin flame week. And I guess y'all need to know that union is happening, and it's happening a lot faster. Some people are skipping phases because they have did the inner work and they didn't know that they were doing inner work for twin flame. But a lot of times, guys, whether you healed or not, your twin just your twin is a person who forgives you flawlessly. I don't care what. And girls, this is not that time where he's cheating on you. You take him back. He's cheating on you again. That's you not setting healthy boundaries. And man, that's y'all not saying, oh, this girl, I feel like she my twin flame because of this. No, baby, just because. And then also, too, guys, I am not y'all twin flame. Okay, my twin flame is a very jealous person. Okay, guys, like when I tell y'all he's jealous, he care about that. I had to tell a girl, like, you got to be careful because my twin just hollered at me about you. Literally, me and her was talking. I say, he hollered at me because you are calling me your twin. He does not like that. He feels it's different when you say it compared to how you were telling me your meaning. He said he does not like it. You have to stop calling me that. And she's like, oh, all right. And then she seen what happened. He went and checked her herself. I told you to stop calling me that. You didn't hear me? Like, you know, but you got to be careful because when you're dealing with them twin flames, and then you got some people who, you know, they do some Houdini stuff, okay? You got to be careful with those people. Those people, like, you're dealing with a few people. You're not just dealing with one human being. And if you're dealing with a twin flame and you're a person that is not a twin and you're dealing with a twin flame, you have to accept the fact that your twin might get up and leave if their twin crosses their path. It's a part of their destiny and fate. You have to find happiness within. They should only add to your happiness. Twin flames really come in. If you are not this person's twin flame, a twin flame can come in your life and teach you how to love. I promise you that. They going to love you like you're just going to be forever remembered. But that's the thing about twin flames. Like, you get what I'm saying? Regina was kind of like that if you paid attention to the movie. Like, yeah, the dude really loved her. Like, he would do whatever. Martin really loved her. And all the women who deal with Martin really loved him. Like, whether or not he was a dog or not, he still had that player love. So there's a difference between player love and just being a player and a dog. Like, there's a difference between that. And Martin had the player love. So what I must tell y'all is that when it comes to watching stuff and the projection that this world puts out, like, they're teaching women how to act crazy, but how to respond to men who do crazy stuff to you. Like, they waste your time. This is how you should respond. Like, I don't agree with some of her methods, hit yourself and stuff like that. But, you know, like, I do believe in karma working itself out, but I do believe that she was, like, sent from God to do that to him. Because if you think about it, she really didn't get in too much trouble. Nothing really happened to her. People don't understand that. Nothing really happened to her, which means to me, even if you listen to the end where he's talking about what happened to them at the end, I'm telling y'all, nothing really happened to that lady. And that's because that was karma. It was part of God. It was part of destiny and fate. It was part of him to stop running from Regina. Stop running from your heart. I'm telling y'all, I don't know who the hell I'm talking to. Please, guys, there's a few things I'm going to end this message with, and it's very important that y'all get this. Please understand something. Do not do any love spells on a fucking twin flame. I'm sorry for cussing, but it has to be said like that. Do not do that. I'm warning y'all, this ain't that time that y'all want to test the spirit by spirit. Do not test what I'm telling y'all. This is not what you want to do right now. You do not want to slow down anybody's path to union. Man, if you know this person ain't your person for real, maybe you ain't even met your person yet. You ain't even met them in flesh. Maybe you haven't met them in flesh, in person. Maybe you never even crossed paths yet. You do not need to be stopping anybody's path with their twin flame. This is not that time, baby. I promise you that. This is not the time to do your Houdini stuff that you like to do. Waste it on something else. Because I'm telling you, your power and your magic will be non and void by July 15th if you're still messing with people's unions. I'm telling you, you won't even be able to have no spark in you. And that's just what it is. And then I got confirmation to call you out by name if you keep doing it. In 2 weeks, I'm calling you out by name if you're still doing what you're doing. Calling you out by name on podcast. They want me to shout you out, to set your karma in. Your karma's already, your fate's already in, but you need to stop. It's going to be a real fated moment and you might not make it that one out. So what I'm telling you is, guys, like, don't get in the way of nobody else's union. Tap in and see if this person is really your person. A lot of times people don't understand. People could be soulmates. Some people can be a person that's destined to be in your life. But I'm telling you, baby, them fated and destiny moments is serious. And they're out right now. So you got a path to pick and you have to choose it. And I'm telling you, that twin flame path, you're destined to be with your twin flame. It's destined and fated for you to be with your twin flame. So if you're talking about, my twin, I just don't want to be with him, then you're not with your real twin, because you would never tell yourself, especially if you spiritual, you talk about you love yourself. I practice self-love, but you hate your twin. That don't even sound right. You don't even sound right. You mean to tell me that you love yourself that much that you can't take your time out of yourself to love somebody else? Stop playing with me. Don't disrespect me and don't insult me. But guys, I got a clear-cut message. I've been praying about it. And guys were like, I want you to tie this into your message. And I was like, man, how you want me to put this? And they was like, do what you do, but sprinkle some razzle dazzle on it. I got spirit even saying razzle dazzle. Like, what? Like, what you got going out? But yeah, guys, like, there's a lot of things that I do know there are people, but they sound like the people who really are tapped in, that really being in the dark side, they know right now not to do anything. I'm telling y'all, they know not to stop anybody's union right now. Like, I was talking to one of my friends. She is on the dark side. Like, she's cool, though. Like, I mean, she don't do nothing to me, but she is on the dark side. She's like, man. She's like, so what's going on in the energy field? And I was like, yeah. I was like, you know what's going on. She's like, yeah, I was told not to use no magic, no nothing. Right now, you know, I got a few girls that want to do love spells. I was told not to do that. I said, I put a podcast about that. That was like my 3rd, 4th, 5th episode about love spells and how I feel about them. I feel like you shouldn't be doing them. They're not in void. If it's not authentic, or if it's not you calling in love or calling to love yourself, or you're just like, hey, I want to light a candle to bring me love. Like, I want to be in a relationship. If you're not putting a name on it, you're just allowing the universe to do what the hell it does. I'm telling you guys, like, you're not going to want to experience this. And like, I be telling a lot of guys too. Also, like, there be people trying to manifest me. I know when you're trying to manifest me in your life, I don't want to be there. Obviously, you're trying to create a path that I don't want to be on. I'm not supposed to be on. So I'll call a person out on it. I'm good for the John Doe crime. I'm calling people out. If I know you're trying to manifest me in your life and you did not ask, I'm confused. Why? We didn't even have a conversation. Why would you think I want to be with you? You don't want to be with you. Like, but on top of that, you don't know if I'm with somebody or not. Like, I could tell you I'm single to the face I'm blue. And I could be sitting right here doing a podcast, laying right here next to my husband. You would never know. And then look at God, sitting back, like, look at them trying to attack a person who's not even your person. Your person is laying next to you, not even getting hit. All because this person want to take their time out and figure like they want to stop something they feel like that you like. Don't even make sense. And when you're dealing with a person that's like, you know, and I gotta say, like, I don't talk to a few psychology majors, and I guess we're kind of all the same when it comes to like talking for real. But at some point, they got some merit to that. Like, I just feel like a lot of times, guys, You don't ever know what a person real intentions on what they want. You can try to shut down everything they want. Like, you can't do that. Because what happens if they wanted to see you succeed and you shut down everything that they wanted? So now you don't get what you want. Like, y'all got to be careful with dealing with people or even doing spells on people. I'm telling y'all, I don't know who the hell I'm talking to. But y'all really got to be careful when you're dealing with certain people. Especially if you're dealing with people about all love, they want to see good happen to you. So if you don't know what they really want and you're trying to block their blessings, you end up blocking your own because they're wishing you blessings. Do you wonder why your energy's stagnant? Well, your energy's stagnant because you're wishing ill on somebody that's not wishing no ill on you, and you just stopped all their stuff. So eventually that ties you to their fate and their destiny. Like, damn. So eventually you will have to go back and take that dumbass spell that you put on this person and take it off so that way it can be removed off of you. And then, like, it's like so much back and forth to the point where it's like, when are you going to stop? I'm telling you, as a practitioner, as a spiritual guy, a spiritual leader, I don't believe in doing no harm to people. Like, I'm going to wish you well. Even if you doing, people will tell you that. I've been player since I've been younger. Like, oh, you cheated on me? All right, I wish you well. I hope that you find the love that you're looking for, because obviously it wasn't with me. I'm fine with that too. Like, but now that I got a different happiness and I actually search within for happiness, baby, the only thing you could do is add to me. So if I'm not making you happy no more, I'm happy if you somewhere else being happy. If I can't make you happy, I prefer you to be happy with somebody else. I don't want you to be sitting over here miserable, bringing that little negative energy over here. Nah, baby, you could take it over there, go back over there with that energy, cleanse your energy. Because obviously the energy that you had connected with me ain't right. And so I'm okay with that, to let you go. And so some people, they don't be happy about that. They're codependent off of that. Some people are not codependent. Some people are okay with being alone. And it's not like they're okay, but they're just like, they're content. Like, I know the universe going to serve me. I'm going to get what I deserve. And so when you're dealing with people like that, like, you really dealing with yourself for real. So doing anything to them is really like doing it to yourself. So it's pointless. I'm telling you, it's even to the point where I was talking to a spiritual lady. She's older lady. But she's more on a religious side, but she's religious with spirituality. So it's really, I like her. I love talking to her because she can see points of views from everything. And she's like, the one thing that she agreed with my message was, she was like, hey, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Can't nobody stop that. Like, she's like, there's not no magic, no nothing that can stop something that's destined, something that's fated to happen. They can't stop fate. The only thing they can do is slow it down. But they can't stop it. And if they try to avoid it because they are seer, baby, you can't avoid some things that you see. Even if you're a seer, you see things for people. You can't avoid that. Like, some people I do see, when I meet them, I do see their timeline. And it's like, okay, I can't tell you what's about to happen because that'll be going against universal flow, and I'm not a person that likes to go against the universe. I done learned my lesson, and you can do that. I'm just not gonna do that. It's just not my cup of tea. But in actual reality, guys, like, this happens all the time, and people don't realize this. And I just be trying to sit up here and help y'all out for real, because I love y'all and I want to see the best for y'all. And I want some of my people who do be doing, some of their stuff that they be doing, because I don't knock anybody. You feel me? I just be trying to tell people, like, be careful what you're doing at certain times, because certain things equal up to certain fate. If you're being told to not do something to someone and they caused you harm, don't do it. If there's signs signaling you not to do something, don't do it. Because if it was destined for you to do it, it'd be easy for you to do it. But guys, my true wholehearted feeling, because I ain't gonna hold y'all, because I have been talking about a long time about this thin line between love and hate. My whole thing about this whole thing going on, guys, so it's a thin line between love and hate. And this is about, if you actually really listen to my message, really it's about really picking your heart. And you better know where your heart lie at, because, baby, when Venus start retrograding, it's gonna walk you. And some of your favorite people that you might like, okay, you might be dating 4 women. You might like 3 of them, but you know your heart over here, these 3 gonna break your heart. So it's better that you go through and you done clean out everything so that way you can just be ready for Venus retrograde to hit you to walk in season with this person. Because I'm telling you, at some point, I don't even play games like that. I don't have time to be playing games with the universe and the energy coming in right now, baby. I'm in universal flow. I don't go against flow. But make sure that, just take an example. And if you listen to what I said about this thin line between love and hate, rewatch the movie and watch it from my point of view. You're going to be like, oh my gosh. Watch it from a spiritual point of view. Watch it from a logical point of view. Watch it as you are older. If you haven't watched this movie since you've been older, rewatch it and see what I'm saying. You should have a whole different perspective than when you were a little kid or a teenager watching this movie. Your perspective should be different. I'm telling you, but these little kids now, they be on it. Don't play with them. They willing to go to war with you. Women are willing to go to war. What? You playing wasting my time? Yeah, all right. You finna know about time today. And they don't care. Like, you've been seeing a lot of women run men over for playing with them and everything. Like, it is crazy. But it all stems from a thin line between love and hate. Y'all want to listen to it, but it's real. But pay attention. The projection on what you watch on TV, was projected on TV, will eventually trickle down what is projected into this world. How people react and what people do. Even down to cartoons. Like, take an example of a movie that you used to watch when you were young that was a cartoon and see what do you resemble in this cartoon? Please believe you do. You watch a cartoon, you have a favorite cartoon, you like it. I'm telling you, you you like it. Because one of my favorite movies in the whole wide world, it's perfect, makes perfect sense to why I like this movie, how it's pertaining to my life right now. And I'm going to talk about that on a different episode, but not today. But guys, this is how I feel about the thin line between love and hate. It was a great conversation. I wanted to have this conversation with y'all to have y'all thinking about, like, where is your thin line between love and hate? Do fate and destiny have to step in the same way as it did with Martin? Or the same way it did with Lynn? You feel me? Because what was God, destiny, saying to Lynn? You knew Martin wasn't right. You still dealt with him. Like, and it's not that she didn't deal with him. She did everything she could in her power to not deal with him, but he just kept on. And she's like, all right, let me just give him a shot. And now look at it. She let her guard down. And he played her. And he disrespected her and everything. Like, yes, so I feel like God had to show up because she did what was right. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, guys. But go back and look at what I'm saying about the thin line between love and hate, because it's real. Okay, guys. But thanks for tuning in to the Pretty Red ENT show. Tell me how you feel. Leave me a comment on Snapchat, Instagram, my webpage at the Pretty Red ENTshow.podbean.com. Let me know how you feel about this episode and if you feel the same way, or how do you feel about a thin line between love and hate that you owed her? Like, and how do you think it's playing its role in your life? Like, do you think that you have somebody if you're a twin? Do you know where home is? That's the real question. And then another question is this. If you know you love somebody, like over everybody in this world, you know you love a particular person. Because a lot of people don't understand this, because this is real. And I'm going to say this, I'm in this way, because a lot of people, they always ask me, like, who do you love over everybody? I'm like, if you know me, you know the real answer to that. And that's God honest truth. But in actual reality, if people were to ask me, like, well, so of all the people you dealt with, who would you be with? I'm like, yeah, it would be the person I felt like home with. There ain't too many people I felt home with at all. And, I kind of, when it comes to certain things, like, yes, my best friend, he is gone. I do love him. There's not a day that I don't wish that I could just be laying in the bed talking to him. Like, man, they got me messed up. Like, you feel me? Like, I really be wishing that sometimes they have visiting hours. We'll talk about it on a different day. Like, like you can actually, like, kick it with somebody. Like, yeah, Out of all the people that I could probably kick it with, he would probably be the first person I want to talk to. Was good. But my guy, like, you just left me down here. You crazy. But all jokes aside, guys, like, I mean, you got to understand where your home is. Like, are you entertaining women because the woman that you really want is not entertaining you? How can you be honest to express, like, hey, I really want you. I'm tired of running. What do we need to do to make this work? I'm telling you, these are the conversations y'all going to be hearing over the Venus retrograde, and I'm giving it to y'all early. So I hope y'all are paying attention to what's going on. I'll probably do another episode before it kicks in, so that way I can warn y'all again about this Venus retrograde. But I'm feeling the Venus retrograde right now. So I'm telling y'all, this Venus retrograde is about to really... It's about the retrograde. You better be ready. If you have 12 options and you know you're supposed to be with 12 options is about to fall off like liquid water. But please, guys, do not hold on to any relationship that you know is supposed to be over. Because, baby, it's going to be over. And you're going against universal flow. You're going against destiny and fate. Destiny and fate is going to be out for the rest of the year. So y'all wet. Wherever you're supposed to be at, you're going to be there. I'm telling y'all, stop playing. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Baby, don't play with me. All right, guys, I'm talking y'all head off. I'm going to keep preaching to y'all while I'm going to separate my episodes. But I do love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure if you have any questions about twin flames, if you're waking up to a twin flame journey, hit me up. I'll definitely be able to answer a few questions for you. I do not charge for that. Some people do. I just don't. I feel like free game is free game. And if I can help you out, I would, because I want somebody to help me out. Sometimes you might not got it. Sometimes you do. If you do, pay for it. You feel me? Some people don't even pay people for their time. You just sit up here and tell me all your information, but you ain't pay me? Okay, you're right. But in general, guys, like, I just want to make sure that, you know, if you got questions, I'm here to answer them. Also, I also teach you how to get the answers. Stop depending on what other people saying. Even if I'm telling you something, test what I'm saying is correct. I'm a person, hey, what I might be saying something to trigger you. It's not that I'm here to give you the answer. I'm just here to trigger you to find the answer within. So that could be that too. But all right, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Pretty Red ENT show. I appreciate y'all. Y'all now rocking with the best. Yes. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, tapping in with me. I hope this helps you and heals a lot of people. And I hope you just have a different perspective of, like, things that you watching, and be careful of what you watching, because it's the energy that's being projected out. So is this something that you want to watch? And then take a moment back to see what the things that you are watching, to see what are they trying to project, and is there a hidden message in this movie for you? Because it could be, because like I said, The Thin Line Between Love and Hate is a great example of a twin flame movie. And now watch, there's going to be a whole TikTok movies. Y'all going to go on TikTok, or y'all going to go on social media, and everybody going to be talking about, oh, The Thin Line Between Love and Hate is an example of a twin flame movie, Regina and Martin. Like, yeah. Okay. Who y'all get that from? Just give me my credit, okay? All right, guys, it's 12:34 o'clock. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, tuning in with me. But I'm signing out, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Pretty Red ENT show. It's your girl, Goddess Nikita, a.k.a. Pretty Red ENT.